On this episode of Pitch Chris, why move to Atlanta rather than New York or LA? What is the protocol for switching agents? And long hours as a background actor? Want to get paid more? Find out how. Hi, and welcome to episode 21 of Pitch Chris, where you guys ask me questions about the entertainment business, and I'm going to answer them for you. To ask me a question, find me on social media at Chris de Blasio, hashtag Pitch Chris, and I'll be more than happy to answer all the questions you guys have. This first question comes from Mary. Let's see what Mary's got to say.
Hi Chris, I'm Mary Charles and I'm a film student approaching graduation. I'm trying to figure out different places where I can move, and I was wondering if Atlanta is a good option for me. Should I consider moving there or somewhere else? Thanks.
Hey Mary, so I am a little bit partial to Atlanta because that's where we're out of, but there are a couple of really good reasons to move to Atlanta. One of the main reasons is it's not New York, it's not LA, right? New York and LA have their own established entertainment business cultures, right? But Atlanta is still growing. It's still forming into whatever it's going to be. So if you're the type of person that wants to get in on something that is growing and changing and constantly adapting, I would definitely highly recommend coming to Atlanta and being a part of that from the ground floor.
Hi, Chris. Corwin Evans. Glad to be a part of your Pitch Chris show. My question, or two-part question, is for the actors. I've recently relocated here from North Carolina. So the first part of my question is, if you have an agent that's in the same region as to where you relocate, should you find a new agent that handles kind of most of the local projects here in the area, or should you just keep the one you have? The second part of my question is, if you're seeking new representation, should you keep your current agent's name at the top of the resume, or should you just, just tell them that you can get out of your contract basically whenever you write a letter to your agent, verbatim type thing?
Hey Corwin, welcome to Atlanta. So your question was, if you move to Atlanta but your agent lives, say, in North Carolina, should you find a local agent in the Atlanta market? Well, the first thing that I have for you is check your contracts, because you could have an exclusive agreement with your agent from another state, and that will prevent you from getting another agent in the state that you live in, say Atlanta, right? So definitely check your contract. The second portion of your question was, if you're shopping around for a new agent, should you leave the old agent's information on there? I would say, yeah, I would say keep it on there. It's not really a big deal because it happens all the time. Actors look for new agents, but it really depends on the relationship that you have with your agent, right? So if your agent in another state is getting you work, right? If they're getting you work, then you should probably keep them on, right? But if they're not doing such a great job, that makes sense to get a new agent. And those are some of the questions that a new agent is going to ask you is, so why are you leaving your previous agent? What's the deal there? So just be prepared to answer some of those questions, but it's not a big deal to keep their name at the top of your resume while you're shopping.
Hello, I'm a background actor in the state of Georgia. Why can't background actors get paid a lot more? Because we do stay there a long time, just like an actor do. I think we should get paid a lot more, and we should get paid a lot sooner than 46 weeks.
Hey Chris, so first off, thank you so much for being a background actor. You're right, it is. It's long hours for a lot of times, not a lot of pay, but it does depend on the production, right? All productions are different, so I can't really address some of the previous productions that you've been on, but what I can tell you is that being a background actor is a very important piece to it, but while you're a background actor, network with people, right? There are a couple of options that you may actually be able to make a little bit more money. One of the things is being a featured extra, which being a featured extra means that you are actually a background actor, not just in the sea of background actors, but you are a background actor that is next to the A-list talent. So that's one way. Another way is getting an advanced role to a U5 or a day player. And the way that you do that is networking, networking, networking. A lot of A-list celebrities have actually started as background actors, like Brad Pitt and Stallone and Clint Eastwood even, right? So keep at it. I would say that there are productions out there that, the pay structure is a little bit different, but if you want to get paid a little bit more, start looking at those avenues. So great questions, all you guys. So that's all for today's episode. If you guys have a question about the entertainment business, find me on social media at Chris Blasio, #PitchChris, and please, please subscribe. That's the way I stay in touch with you guys. Till next time.